Okay, so after my introductory video, I was stumped and I was like, okay, what am I vlogging now? And so I texted my good friend Tosh and I was like, Tosh, like, you're my go-to person. What do I do next? And she was like, Amelia, the options are endless. And she was like, you can seriously vlog about anything. And she was like, you know what? Just what would you tell your 13-year-old self? And in my head, it just was like, wow, that's so genius. Like, what would I tell my 13-year-old self? So alas, this is what this video is about. Not specifically my 13-year-old self, just what I would tell my younger self and what I would tell my younger sister and my two nieces about growing up in this cold world. Saying, Amelia, you are stubborn and you don't need to be. You don't always have to be right. Be nice to everyone. Sometimes I would be so mean to people who didn't deserve it, and it's not because I'm intentionally being mean, but sometimes I'm just really rude, and that's not a good thing. And it's like a habit, and sometimes I just get frustrated and I take out my anger on people, and that's not okay. So sorry, I'm playing with these. But I would tell myself, my younger self, my sense. Also, I would like to say, don't be afraid to say no. I never said no. Like, I would do so much for people, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just you get hurt sometimes when you just say yes, 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 and then all these people are like taking advantage of you and they text you when they need you, and then it's like, what happens when I need you and they're not there? Do you know what I'm saying? So it's okay to say no. I mean, who cares if you're gonna hurt their feelings? If they're your friends, they're gonna come back. If they're not your friends, obviously you know they're just using you. It's all these dreams when you're little and you're a 3-year-old kid or you're a 6-year-old girl and you're going to school and you have all these aspirations. When do they go away? When you hit reality? Because reality is you can be anything you want to be. That never goes away. That fairy tale never goes away. It gets stronger. It gets harder. It gets tougher, and it gets less and less perfect, but you can seriously be anything you want to be. You can be someone great. You can be someone successful. You can be a mother. You can be a beautiful person, like, no matter what. Like, don't ever lose that little girl in you, that little girl imagination who thinks that they can have their fairy tale, they can have their Prince Charming, because that never goes away. You're gonna meet pretty great people in your life, and don't be so quick to throw people away. Like, don't be so quick to move on without people, you know? You're gonna meet some great people and it's gonna be amazing. You're gonna meet someone like Michelle, and she's gonna be the kind of person that can walk in the room and instantly grab your attention. And not only that, like, being around her makes you want to strive for better. She's such a determined girl. She's so unique. She's so friendly. She's just like, being around her makes you want to strive to be better. And that's a really good person to have in your life. And I remember being freshman and in history class thinking, my grades don't matter, and she was like, Amelia, listen, you have a C. If you do this assignment, and this assignment, you can get a B. And I'm like, Michelle, how do you know? And she was like, oh, I talked to Mr. So-and-so for you. Like, that was the kind of person that, like, genuinely wanted me to be better. And ironically, I work for her mother now, which is really good. And it's like, that's the kind of person you want in your life. And she's over here, she's always, ever since we were younger, she's dreamed of going to USC, and guess where she goes now? You're gonna meet people like Tosh, who has similar determinations as you, similar dreams, and she's gonna be the kind of person that, amongst all the other people that are like, wow, you want to do this, like, these are your dreams, like, that's ridiculous, no one's gonna be famous, nobody's gonna make it to Hollywood, she's the kind of person that says, why not? Why can't you? She's the kind of person that encourages it, and she's the person that, like, when you see her success, you're like, wow, she is great, like, she's amazing. And that's the kind of person you want in your life. You're gonna meet really great people in your life, Ameliaa. You're gonna meet people that serve the country, and they might not be your friends forever, but they definitely will change your whole life. Like, your perspective on people will be changed because these people that you will meet. Like, there's gonna be people that you meet and they're gonna be just amazing, and you're gonna see them and you're gonna be like, wow, this person makes me feel like a bad person because they're so great at everything. Like, they have good morals, they have good taste, they're just great people. And sometimes they'll fail and sometimes they'll fall short of your expectations, but that's them being human. Don't be so hard on them. And I think that's like a major flaw that I have, is I expect people to be a certain way, and when they fall short of that, I condemn them for that, and that's not, who am I to do that, you know? And lastly, I would like to say, spend time with your grandparents because they won't be around forever. If I would have known back then how great my grandparents were, I mean, I knew my grandparents were great, but I just, growing up, you know, you grow up, you go to high school, you meet your friends, you get a car, your parents are like there, you have to like make time, you have a job, you know, and you just, grandparents shouldn't ever be the last priority because they're usually the first to go, and that's the sad reality. And I wish that I would have known back then to savor every moment that I had with them, and that like when I had a car, I would have visited them more. I would have liked to known my grandparents more than I did. And so, not even just with grandparents, but remember, like, your parents, your aunt, your family, whoever it is, people don't stay around forever. And you're gonna meet people like Michaela who will change your perspective on everything. She'll be the prettiest girl in the world. She'll be a beautiful girl, and you just see her and you're just like, wow, this girl is amazing. And then one day she's tragically gone. And you're thinking, how? Why? And just know that life is short. And I just want to say, this world isn't that bad. It isn't that bad. And there's actually really great people. And I come from a little city that everybody hates. And everyone who lives in it pretty much hates. And it's really not that bad. But every place is beautiful if you look at it like that, and there's great people everywhere. So just take advantage of that, and you're young, embrace it, have fun, don't complain as much, be optimistic, and I think that is it.